Enjoy success, enjoy life. Welcome to today's Mr. X. He is a hotel manager who travels around the world. He is a captain who never knows fatigue, never stops exploring. He travels in the sea of success with a sail of unique attitude about life and values. His hotel career began in Toronto and then spread all over the world. He has been appointed as the general manager of the Western Bound Center Shanghai since 2003. On his voyage, his wisdom and blood inherited from Greek nation sets him pondering the past, the present, and the future.
He's a very humor guy and very nice to friend. And as I know, he's a very professional hotel GM and very hard worker. Whenever everybody is taking a rest, he's still working.
He's also a philosopher. He tells you lots of stories for life and for whatever you need. You know, it's very often that when we go out together, during the conversation, whatever the topic, he will give you a story. And the story reflects the history and the human mankind.
We like to dine and have fun and talk a lot of things about life. So I enjoy his company.
How many years have been working for hotel?
Well, at the latest count, I've almost 30 years now.
30 years?
Yes, I like to say it's over 25 actually, because It doesn't show my age.
You've been working in Asia for a long time?
Yes, 22 in Asia. I started out in Bangkok as the manager of the Royal Orchid Sheraton back in 1986, and then moved on to a series of progressive positions,
So how
moving
many...
upwards and forwards all along in Bali and Brunei, and Japan, the Middle East, Saudi Arabia.
Back to all these countries and regions you've been working to, what is the biggest difference to work in Shanghai by comparison to other cities?
I find that, you know, there are sort of universal truths. There are some basic truths about people everywhere in the world. And what changes is the way they go about living their lives and conducting their work. But fundamentally, people are the same, you know. They want to belong, they want to be understood, they want to be made to feel special, they want to reach their potential, they want to be in control. So all of those things are pretty consistent, very common everywhere in the world. And I think as it relates to management, good management transcends culture to a very large extent because of these fundamental similarities. And I have found over the years that there are more similarities than there are differences with people. I think once we understand that, then it's a lot easier to respect culture, deal with culture, and deal with people efficiently, both at the workplace and outside the workplace.
How do you apply all those culture elements into your management? I know that you once employed, or you are using some quite special discipline from Sun Tzu, Ling Fa, kinds of that. So what is it?
You've done your research. It's true that what we try to do basically is create an environment where people can excel, an environment that recognizes their achievements, an environment, for example, that listens to their concerns, and an environment that allows them to be the best they can be. Now, they're not empty words, and if you can apply that on a daily basis, where people actually feel that way and actually perform in a way that enables them to reach their true potential, then you're on your way. But there are other things, of course. There's integrity, there's a chance to educate, a chance to be promoted, the chance to learn new ways and new things. And once people believe in the idea that you believe in them and that you're there really to help them succeed, then of course they will buy into whatever it is they need to do a lot more easier, sort of voluntarily, rather than to be coerced or to be tricked into doing something. So how do you get people to do what you want them to do voluntarily, I think is very key. And you begin by respecting the culture. You begin by learning about the ways and means they do things and what's important to people. You know, I have found as I move from country to country, the fundamentals of running a business are all the same. You have to deal with the facts the way they are and the way you find them, rather than trying to change or trying to adapt what worked for you somewhere else, for example. And I find that that generally doesn't work. I think adapting is okay, but transporting necessarily in that sense doesn't necessarily work.